Hey, it is time. It says I'm live right now. That's awesome. Let me double check my settings here. Got a dual camera, just checking audio. I'm running a minute behind. Sorry about that. Oh, we got people here already. Chris, Randy, Deluxe Art. Good evening, guys. David, Randy Jones. Let's see what's up. Evening, long time lurker, first time live watcher. Thanks, David. Glad you're tuning in. It's always kind of fun because I can chat live with you guys while we work on it. That's always fun. Armchair mechanic here. Yep. Good to see you, Randy. Hi, all. Watching while I use my plasma cutter for the first time. I need to get one of those. Cutting out some does that say frame stiffeners for my XJ? Got something hot to drink. It is cold in the shop today. But super exciting. Finally got the block back. Hallelujah. From the machine shop. They still have the head. Still working on that. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. I was kind of scrambling a little bit to get this up and running, so I was just chilling out in the living room and then realized like, oh, I gotta go start the live. But some exciting things. Let me show you what's going on. Let me flip camera views here. Where am I at? Camera far. There we go. Pistons are back. Pistons and rods. So brand new pistons. Where are we at? Brand new pistons. Same old rods. The machine shop mounted the rods on the pistons because you really need a press to do that. I don't have a press, and it's really not very expensive to have the machine shop do that. So I'm happy to have them do that for me. Turned out great. They look all good. They're ready to go. All 6 of them. They did not stamp. We had talked about that. Sometimes they stamp the end of them. So you want to line up your cap with your rod. Keep them oriented the same way. It's all put together how it's supposed to be. I did stamp the top of them so I know the order that they came out in. Not as important with new pistons. Oh, but these are... Ooh, don't want to drop it. That'd be bad. Crack a piston. Oh, get back in there. Let me flip it back over to my other camera here. These are 30 thousandths over. So this video series, this build is sponsored by Engine Tech. They gave me these parts for this build. So a little shout out to them. Their website's linked in the description below. I've used their products, quite a few other builds, been super happy with it. No issues with their stuff at all. As you can see, these are 30 thousandths over pistons because the block, I had them bored out 30 thousandths over. Let's take a little closer look at that. I'll grab the close camera here. Heck yeah, let's see what else. A minute behind. That means you owe us an extra minute at the end. Yep. Heck yeah, excited. Hi Dale. Hey Sasha. That's our Sasha Jane. She has been on the channel. So block is back. It's looking great. They hot tanked it for me, got it all cleaned up, painted. They magnafluxed it, just looking for cracks, didn't have any cracks, bored it out 30 thousandths over and honed it. Let's look at their hone job real quick. See if I can get this camera in here. Might be hard to pick up on the camera. Oh no, that looks pretty good. You can see the cross hatch pattern there, which for, oh, that one's showing up pretty good over there. You know, a do-it-yourself mechanic, it's kind of hard to get the cross-hatch pattern just perfect, but after they bore it, it's easy just to have them do it. Doesn't cost a whole lot more. To have it, let me flip my cameras here, dual camera. To have it, let's see, hot tanked, so they clean all the grease and grime off of it. Hot tank it, clean it up, magnaflux it, bore it out 30 thousandths over, and hone it, and do the rods, put the rods on the pistons. All of that all together was $250 at the machine shop. Not cheap, but not expensive. I hear other people have much more expensive experience than that at the machine shops. Hot drink, so good. So yeah, $250, not terrible. And oh, that's not all they did. One other thing here. They installed the cam bearings. There we go. So there's the cam bearing right there. The oiling hole is lined up there. And is there 4? I believe there's 4 cam bearings. I'd have to turn it over and count. Installing the cam bearings can be a nightmare too. They're easy to break or get tweaked, and it's not much more for them to do the cam bearings. So that's the work that I have the machine shop do on the block. And then I do the rest of the assembly myself, and pretty happy to do that because it's kind of fun to work on it. And I get to hang out with you guys and we get to chat, and it's all just fun. So yeah, we're doing good. Today I'm gonna install the freeze plugs, expansion plugs, core plugs, whatever you want to call them. I did not put it on the engine stand yet because I'm gonna be banging on it, and it's not super steady on the engine stand. Let me see if I can lay it on the side here without killing myself. Oh, there we go. There's I want it. Oh, I'm on the oil. Oh. There we go. That looks pretty good right there. That's pretty good. All right. Let me move close camera here a little bit because this is where we're going to be working. So I've got my new core plugs here. These are brass plugs. If you're going through all this, you may as well use brass plugs. You can use steel, but the brass, they just last a little longer, a little less corrosive. So we're going to get these installed from Engine Tech. So let's see, we got all, yep, got all, that's going to look so good. I'm thinking of just leaving it black like this. I think I'm going to like the black. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you. I got the, where are we at? Check that out. Look at that timing cover. So a friend of mine, Ezra, a little shout out to Ezra. Thank you so much. Sarah coded that for me. Looks great. That's going to look so cool. So we're going to have black and red and gold. I think that's going to be really cool. That's what I'm going to go for. What are you guys up to this evening? First thing we're going to do, though, is actually get these out of the way. Actually, I wanted to do that. I'll do it. It's flipped up like that already. That's fine. I got to clean those first. Protect my eyeballs. So the surface here is pretty clean, but I want to make sure we don't get any leaking on our core plugs, expansion plugs, freeze plugs, whatever you want to call them. So you can take a little, like a Scotch-Brite pad and clean these up. You know, your cast iron. Yeah, is this cast iron, right? So it's not like aluminum. So it's not super soft, but you do want to be gentle with it. You don't want to mark it up too much. I've got a little Dremel here with just a sanding disc on it, and I'm going to go over it just real lightly. It's the easiest way for me to clean these up, get a nice surface on there. So let me do that real quick. Trying to see what I'm doing here. But also, oh shoot, yeah, forgot I got a GoPro here. I'm gonna be doing another video. Got all kinds of stuff going on. I'm gonna make a time lapse of the engine build, which I think will be awesome. One thing I don't like doing is breathing paint and metal and dust like that. Get my warm hat on here. Almost forgot to start this. See, I was running behind, so just going a little out of order here. Okay, where did I set my Dremel now? So clean this up a little bit. Grab my light here. So with these safety glasses on, it's not super easy to see what I'm doing here. Just want to make sure I get these all cleaned up because I do not want leaks. The last thing, absolute worst thing, the worst feeling is you do a big project like this, you install it in your new vehicle, and then you get just a little bit of coolant, drip, drip, drip. Oh, and then you got it installed in the Jeep, and you got to repair a leaking core plug. No fun. And if you're wondering about, so I'm getting like debris, right? I'm sanding here. This is a new freshly cleaned engine. When we do the final assembly, which we'll be getting to in one of the future episodes, when we're putting crank and pistons and all that in, we will clean this all up one more time. Because even though it comes back from the machine shop clean, you want to clean it again right before final assembly. Looks pretty good. Sorry, some of my cameras are in the way here. It's just the easiest way I have found to clean these surfaces. And then there's, let me turn this off. Down here at this end, there we go. Sorry for moving you guys around so much. There's one right here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see that. There's a cam bearing right there, and then another plug goes right there as well. But we're going to just clean this up a little bit. Not hitting the cam bearing at all, obviously. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but how that just cleans it up nice and shiny smooth. There we go. See how nice that looks now? Hopefully you can see that on camera. Get this light off so I don't blind myself. Yeah, I don't like breathing that stuff, so I do wear a mask when I do any sanding, that kind of stuff. It's a good habit to be in. Bloop, there we go. Let's see, did you paint the block? The machine shop painted it for me, David. Yeah, it's just kind of part of their service. After they clean it up, I think they like to put a coat of paint on it just to make it look really good. Gypsy Jeeper, aloha! Looking for the world's scariest dentist. Yep. Did you pull the top dowel pins or the machine shop? This did not have dowel pins on the top. Some do. This did not. The last few Jeeps I've done didn't have dowel pins, and the head doesn't have dowel pins on it either. They're not, I mean, Your head bolts line up just fine. I assume, did you say head? Did you pull the top dowel pin? So top, yeah, I assume you're talking about the head. Oops, tripping over my Dremel here. So now let me get a clean rag and we're gonna wipe those guys out. Ugh. Going to use a little bit of brake clean. One of the core plug holes here, it's kind of like there's like a gouge there, which it doesn't go all the way. There's just a notch right there, which is a little concerning, but we'll just make sure we get some good stuff on there to cover that up. I'm just going to get a little brake clean on a rag here. And just make sure we got a nice clean surface. So yeah, I was super excited to get this back. The machine shop still does have the head. They've had the head since before Thanksgiving. Not that I'm keeping track or anything. I guess he ended up needing to put new guides in. He's doing some new valve seats, which it needed some new valve seats on the exhaust valves. They were kind of pitted, and when he was looking at it, or it had like a lip on it, and so he's doing that. And then when he's doing the valve seats, he's doing the new, checking the valves, and I guess some of the valve guides were a little loose, so he's putting new valve guides in it. I'll let you guys know what the cost is of all that as well when it's done. Just doing the exhaust valves, the intake valves were okay. Boy, I hope this doesn't fall off my stand here. That'd be terrible. I actually was working on another project earlier in the day, and on my clutch, the transmission, pulling the transmission out, the transmission like tipped over. You guys will see it in a future video. Transmission fluid just all over the floor, just blew. Oh well. All right, core plugs are ready to go in. I'm going to do them one at a time. I don't want them rattling around up there. One secret that I use, well, it's not really a secret, but one thing I've had good success with is this Permatex Aviation Forma gasket. Part number 80019. That is way too bright. Where are we? There we go. This stuff works great at creating a seal. Boy, that camera was just not working for me. Prevent leaks. Permatex Aviation Gasket Maker 80019. Good stuff. Smells to high heaven. I'm going to wear gloves. Let me grab some gloves because this stuff is super nasty, but really good at stuff like core plugs. It's not like just regular RTV or something. I've used it on a couple different engines with the core plugs. Worked great. I want to get my press ready here though. Let's see. So let's see here. I think this was the right size. So you need something to drive these in, and we want them recessed just a little bit. Move the camera. There we go. That'll be good. Let's see. Yes, aviation forma gasket. We found about that a week ago. Yeah, awesome. Yes, that's good stuff. All right. Got confirmation from the JeepSolid audience here. There we go. All right, so I got some, like a seal driving kit. This has just lots of different sizes in it. Something big enough to kind of catch the outside lip of the plug there. But, you know, you drive them down at least flush, but there's a little tiny lip. If you can drive it down just a little bit farther, that's awesome. I'm going to see if this one will do it. So I'm going to, oops. And then this one's a little bit bigger. I need it just as a backing because I think that's the way this kit works. So otherwise it just rattles around. It's just too big. Watch me drop that little screw down the water jacket. Oops. Tighten this up. There we go. And let's see, I think I'll use big hammer. And I want to probably throw some earmuffs on just to protect my hearing. Oh, yeah, I'll take my hat off. There we go. All right, we're ready. Ugh. And this stuff, yeah, like I said earlier, has a very, very pungent smell to it. Yeah, you guys can see. Does not smell good. It's not terrible, but doesn't take a lot of it, although this first one, because like I said, there's a little gouge right here, which is away from where you guys can see. So I want to make sure this, I'll probably put a little bit more on this one than, shoot. I'm trying to be all careful. I'm going to put a little bit more on this one than I will probably the others because I want to make sure we get that little gouge right there filled. Oh man, this stuff smells. Oh, and my block is black, so that is perfect. Trying to keep the brass looking nice though. Wipe some of this gunk off my hands. Move this out of the way so I don't spill it. See if we can drive this in straight. Oh, perfect. Let me get a towel. So a little more gunk on this one than I'm going to put on the others, like I said, because I want to make sure I get that spot sealed up. Oh, wow, yeah, that's going to look so cool. Gold and black, I like it. Gold and black and red. What do you think? Look good, and it's recessed just a little bit, so yeah, that 53 millimeter seemed to fit pretty nicely. Let me get rid of that. See if we can do that same thing again. Let's see. Safety third. Hi from Kenya. Kenya? Whoa. Hey, James. Let's see. What else we got? Yes, aviation formula as I found a week ago. Yes, that's good stuff. Used on radiator hose that would not stop leaking. Oh, yeah, that worked good for you. My question is, will you be able to get that radiator hose off in the future? Or is it permanently bonded on there? Let's go back to dual camera here. Boom. So normally, I was coordinated enough. Yeah, you like my earmuffs now? To hold this in my hand, like that. Where are you guys at? Currently saving up to build my 4.0 stroker. All right. Parts to handle the boost. I'm going to be expensive, but will be fun building it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun building it. And my Jeep Kiwi has a stroker in it. It is a lot of fun. So I normally hold it on the inside like this, paint the outside, drop it in place. But for some reason, I seem a little uncoordinated tonight. Those of you that have used this stuff in the past, I bet you can smell it right now. Good stuff. That other one, I thought I had just plenty on it, but it really didn't come oozing out as much as I thought. I mean, I did wipe off a little extra. But so I'm probably putting this one on just as heavy. There we go. Let's see if we can drive this one in straight as well. I think we're pretty good there. I may need some more towels because I'm getting goo on my seal driver, which is fine, just wipes off. But then I also try to wipe off the excess goo on here. So yeah, don't those brass plugs look cool? And yeah, just they'll last a little bit longer. Not that like, but good grief, the steel plugs I've had, I mean, they'll last 200,000 miles. Although I did have, it was on this Jeep actually, where I was, yeah, it was on the back of the head, and one of the steel plugs was just like paper thin. Was it David that was new to the channel? Yeah, or new to the live stream. So yeah, you might be aware that this is part of my 4-liter live build, where honestly I'm doing everything on camera except for cleaning some of the parts, because that's just super boring. Like cleaning off the timing cover. I didn't I didn't share that with you guys. Like, that's just cleaning oil. Cleaning off some of the parts is really the only thing I haven't shown, because I wanted to just kind of go through an entire build together. If anybody watches this series in the future, like, it's something I totally would have watched before I did my first build. I was just learning how, see how hard it was. Aviation gasket maker. Probably getting too much on here. But that's what we have napkins for, and this will not leak. But this is the reason I didn't put it on the engine stand, because I don't know, I guess I could have. The engine stand can just be wobbly. I have braced the other end with a 2x4 before. Get it right in the middle. There we go. Wow, these are going in so nice. Really happy with it. Which is awesome, especially when you're doing a build like this live on camera. Yeah, it's hard enough just making regular YouTube videos with builds, because if you totally mess something up, I usually actually try to talk about that. I don't always show it, but I talk about mistakes and things. But when it's live like this, there's no hiding it. But I am human and can make mistakes, just like everybody else. Let's see. So it was David. Oh yeah, David was still here. These are looking good. And let's see. See, I'm working on the clutch on my 94 YJ as well. It got a brand new clutch. Still in the process of putting that back together though. Got a few projects going on. It's hard for me to see the back side of this when I'm doing it like this. We got a little bit of snow this week. Not as much as I would have liked. Snow just a little bit, just a dusting. Where I live, we don't get a ton. We do up in the hills. But where I live, down in town, not as much. This one, I think I got started a little crooked. Now we're good. But that size 53 with this kit, I think was just perfect. Yeah, I want another paper towel. No, I can use this one again. There we go. Let's see, I have a, let's say, saving up, build a, hello, I just put in new head gasket on 4 liter. I'm getting 60 PSI in each cylinder. Is that normal? 60 PSI. I want to say should be up in the like 120s, 130s. Are you getting 60 with just each crank? Like, how many times are you cranking it over to get 60 PSI? Because it kind of builds with each crank. I don't remember the PSI off the top of my head, but no, 60 seems low. You're getting 60 in each cylinder. Huh. Yeah, it seems low. You might not be getting a good seal on whatever you're using to test. I've had that happen where you gotta make sure you get a good seal. I have a video on doing compression test, and in there I show I had a cracked. Oh, actually I have it right here. I saved it because it was so cool. I was getting like weird symptoms on my Jeep. Finally figured out I had a cracked head gasket. And it was between cylinders. Where are we at? Yeah, I'll show you on this camera. It was between cylinders 2 and 3. Yep, right there. Boom. It's just missing a piece of head gasket right between the 2 cylinders. So, yeah, you can see in my test, I think the video is titled like what a bad head gasket looks like or something like that. But yeah, I do compression tests on all these. This one was fine, super low, fine, fine, fine. Because of that cracked head gasket right there. You just replaced your head gasket. So hopefully when you got a good seal and everything. All right, I gotta grab a couple towels here. Here we go. All right, we're back in business. Yeah, check that video out, see what my pressures were, and where am I? And then, yeah, maybe test it again. You could also try like a leak down test, like will it hold pressure? 60 on all the cylinders, that's kind of odd. Because like if you had like a sticking valve or somewhere for the air to leak out, it wouldn't be all cylinders. But no, 60 From my memory, 60 is low. I just put some perma gasket, aviation gasket on my finger. That's nice. I think that's good. Can you guys even see what I'm doing here? Kinda. New head gasket. David, I have a 92 YJ with 250,000. Awesome. The second daughter is driving. Oh, that's so cool. I wish I could take it, the block, and send it to the machine shop. Instead, we're replacing a lot of the lights with LEDs. Yeah. You have been better than the Chilton's manual. Thanks. Yeah, I learned from multiple different sources. As far as manuals, I prefer the Haynes manual. What else we got? One X-ray. Hey, do you feed it seat, or does it the tool seat it to the correct depth, the freeze plug? No, well, this one seems to be seating it to the correct depth nicely. And this is a 53 millimeter seal driver. And it has just a little bit of a chamfered edge on it, so it gets it down just, you know, it goes down what, like 2 or 3 millimeters below the edge of the block there. So you want it just slightly recessed. One of my other builds, I did leave it flush. Didn't have any issues with it, but I think it is better if you get it down a couple meters below like this. Yeah, gosh, those look good. Yeah, when you're doing live stream, one thing you're always a little nervous about. Well, we're doing a live stream. Hope this goes smooth. That looks like it needs one more tap on it there. Let's see. Hello from Toronto, Canada. Hello. I bet it's cold up there. What am I complaining about it being cold in the shop? Toronto, Canada. Ugh. Bet you got some snow. Let's see. My wife, myself, and both daughters have put 200,000 on her. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. My Jeep, I call it Kiwi. I'll give you a quick shot of Kiwi. You've probably seen it before. Whoop. 92 YJ, that's the one that's, or 94, that's the one that's getting the new clutch and a new slip yoke eliminator. Transfer case is right down there right now. Clutch still needs to go in. Transmission. You might, oh, there's, transmission's under there. It's not installed yet. It's a work in progress. 94 YJ. The kids love driving that in the, oh, I got a little gasket maker on there I gotta wipe off. Driving that in the summer is so much fun. Actually, in the spring, summer. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. And actually, need to look at it from this side. Got a little smear of goo in there. There we go. How does that look? Doesn't that look awesome? I think so. Now I need to do the plugs on this end. So I'll set it down on that side. Gotta get some stuff out of the way here, because I need to lift this off and have something to set it on to. All right. What we're gonna do, we're gonna lift this block. by myself. I can do it. Try to be careful to not hurt the back. I'm going to take my microphone out for a second because I don't want to crush it. It's got like some good sharp edges on it. I'm trying to figure out how to lift this safely without hurting myself. Do like that. I can get twisting. I keep talking like you guys can hear me. So Josh, wish my clutch was outside the bell housing. Yeah. Let's see. Where are we? Which Jeep is this 4.0 from? Did you get an extra? Oh, it's out of Kiwi. It's out of my green Jeep. The stroker I built went into Kiwi. That's just awesome. So much fun. This came out of that, rebuilding this, and now this is going to go into the XJ, 97 XJ that just could use an engine rebuild. Whew, there we go. We did it. We didn't hurt myself. I think we're good. All right. Whew. Oh, look at that. You guys can't see it. Let's make it so you guys can see. So we got two more. We got two more plugs to do. But I'm going to have to switch out the driver a little bit to get some of these. Sorry for the wobbly camera for a second. There we go. And actually I got to move my GoPro a little bit. Where are we at? Sorry, I'm still with you guys. I'm just adjusting the camera here. There we go. I'm actually doing a time lapse as well. I thought it'd be fun to do a time lapse video of the build. These are two different sizes. I got this one. Right, yeah. I don't have a brass one for that. I need one more plug. Am I short? Let me look in my supply of tools, but I knew this. You guys still say, yeah. I actually knew this might be an issue. I thought I was short one plug. The kit does come with everything you need, but I'm kind of using some stuff that I've had saved. So I think I have some more cord plug stuff here. Something through my gaskets. Big Velcro gasket. Maybe it's in that bottom one. You can tell where I keep a lot of my spare gaskets and parts and stuff on. Got a bunch of pistons. There we go. Here's spare core plugs. Yeah, these are steel, but that's okay. I think I'm just going to put a steel one in the back here. Just slide all that off to the side. Okay, what do we got here? Actually, I got another kit that's open. Okay, so that one goes there, because this one, see how two different sizes. This one's too big to go there. That fits nicely there. And that one fits nicely there. So let's get this one gooped up. Actually, before we do that, let me check my driver. Yeah, it's the same size. That'll fit there good. Surface is all good. Let's see. 15 centimeters. Yeah, you guys are getting ahead of me on chat, which is totally fine. Because you guys chat away. But if I miss a comment, I'm sorry. I'm trying to work at the same time. But if you're like asking a question and I miss it, just ask again. Because it kind of scrolls by. And this is on like the back side of the engine. So the look of it, not as worried about. So I might leave this with some extra goopy gasket maker. Some people get leaks down the backside of their engine, and this would be where that happens. Coolant leaks down the backside. So that one I'm actually not going to wipe off because if it's got a little extra residue right around the mating edge, right on the corner there, I don't care. And more so on this one, for some reason this plug, it's narrower, which I don't like. I wish it had a thicker surface. Oh yeah, this one I gotta change out. Gotta change out my driver for sure. Hey, Deluxe Start, $10. Thank you so much, buddy. You tune in every week. Greatly appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you following along. It's kind of fun every Friday, and hopefully we can keep back at it. So we're doing this today. Oh, I'm waiting on a gasket set from Engine Tech. They're sending me a complete. They have a master rebuild gasket set. Gotta get that from them, and then I can start assembling the rest of the bottom end, the crank and pistons and all that. What time are we at? 8:19. Yeah, next week we'll probably be doing pistons, piston rings, all that. That's kind of fun. I feel like you work in aviation. Because I'm using an aviation gasket maker. No, actually, I don't work in aviation. I'm a nurse at a hospital, believe it or not. Been doing that for a long, long time. But this is something completely different than my day job, which is a nice change of pace. But I am pretty meticulous. Just a thanks as always. Thanks to Luxstart. I don't know. I like to do things right. I guess over the years I've found that you can take the shortcut and do it the shortcut way and then end up redoing it later, or you could do it right the first time. Might take a little longer. And I've learned that with things like wearing. So I'm going to get a little extra goo on this one too. Some things like, I should really put gloves on when I'm doing this. Oh, I just need to do this real quick, I'm not going to get a glove. And you end up totally cutting your finger bad, or I should really have goggles on, safety glasses to do this part. just doing this, and then you get something in your eye. Like, oh, if I would have taken 30 seconds and gotten those glasses, then I wouldn't be in the bathroom like trying to pull this thing out of my eyeball. But you live and learn. I actually have on one of my knuckles, I call it, it's my tattoo on my knuckle, and it was from using a wrench under, it was a Grand Cherokee, and I was pulling on this wrench, and I was like, oh, this is going to bust my knuckle if I slip. Oh, this is a bad idea. And sure enough, it slipped and busted my knuckle. Try to drive this side in. There we go. And that one, that looks pretty good. Where's my paper towel? I'm not wiping the excess off of that either. Looks like it's pretty good. Alrighty. Get the lid back on the gasket maker. So now the engine, we're at 822. The respect, I am married to a ARN. Oh, is that a nurse practitioner? ARNP, a registered nurse practitioner. I'm not. I guess the A is throwing me off. But no, that's awesome. Yeah, I actually worked critical care. I was a critical care nurse for 20 years. So that was amazing. Super hard at times, super good at times. I want to put this, yeah, let's put this on the engine stand. Now that we've got all those on. Yep. Okay, yep, I got it right. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, nursing's a good career. But when I graduated, I was like, I am done. I am not going back to school. So nurse practitioner, that's awesome. I'm going to lay this down flat, put that on the other end. So yeah, I'm like touching it with, gloves that aren't super clean and stuff. It's one of the reasons why when we get to final assembly, we're going to hose it all down with brake cleaner real good. And then actually take compressed air, blow it off. I'm going to go to dual camera. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. I've just got to get my engine stand ready. There we go. Wrong end. Let's see. This, I didn't need to lay it down. What are you doing, you dummy? I didn't need to do that. For some reason I was thinking it was my stand went on the other end. But we go on like this. There we go. I don't know how I learned to, I think I saw somebody else do this or something. It's the easiest way to get an engine just back on a stand by yourself. Is you put it on like this, bolt it all down. Then you do have to like lift it up and then slide it in, but It's much easier than doing it any other way. Are those 15? Yeah, those guys are 15. I use my pneumatic. And what are these guys? Are these like 17? My battery's low here. I need to charge that. Oh. No, that's more like a... Yeah, 16, there we go. So tighten it down a little bit. Nothing crazy. And this guy was a 13. Actually, probably ½ inch, but it doesn't even fit. Why does it not look like ½ inch though? Because it's not. Because it's, what is that? 9/16. That fits nice. We'll lift this block up one more time. Try not to drop it on myself. What are you guys watching here? There we go. All right. We're going to lift this up. You know, it'd be a lot easier if I just had a helper. Flip it around that way. And I think I'll just grab it in one of the cylinders here. All right. Back straight. Lift with your legs. Oh. There we go. Easy. Whew. Don't flip over on me. Gotta get my pin, lock it in place. There we go. Whew. We got it. All right. Oh, David did aviation for 20 plus years. We used to joke that if somehow we screwed up fixing our vehicles, at least we could pull over. Okay. It took me ½ a second to get that. At least we can pull over. That's true. Yeah, I guess when you're doing aviation, well, when you're doing aviation, if you mess things up and you're in the air, I mean, you'll get to the ground. Maybe just a little too fast. Stripped inline 6 4-liter block spec weight says 138 pounds. Urgh. Really? Is it that much? Yeah, so that's like a barbell with 45s on each side. Yeah, I try to stay fit. So it's not too bad. There we go. Look at that. Oh, you guys can't even see the brass plugs. Let me flip it around for you. Try not to run over my wires of my cameras and stuff. That looks good. That looks really good. Dual camera, I said. There we go. There's the engine stand. Da-da-da! That looks so cool. I wasn't sure about the black when I got it back from them and it was black. I was like, I wonder what color I want to paint it. Then the more I started looking at it, and then my friend that painted that for me. So I was thinking of, yeah, obviously the timing cover red. This is USMC red. So the timing cover will be red. I'm thinking the head red, and then maybe the valve cover either red or black. How would that be if you got the red timing cover on the front? Sorry, I'm trying to move you guys. Red timing cover on the front, a red head, and a black valve cover. I think that might look pretty cool. And then I could add some red accents with like the oil pickup or something. Just kidding. Not the oil pickup, the oil dipstick. The color scheme's gonna look nice. Thanks, Talk Start. We are an hour in though. We got the plugs in. I'm gonna let those dry, obviously. Talked about the pistons, the rods, got those done. Next on the list will probably be pistons. I was gonna go on to head, but onto the not head gasket. Assembling the head, the valve train, all that stuff, but I got to get that back from the machine shop, so it's not here yet. Hopefully they can get it to me in the next, 68 weeks. 68 weeks? Yeah. But I think we're going to call it a night, guys. Let's see. I threw up a little. USMC? No? Yeah, that's the color it is. Were you in the service? I think we're going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again, and I'll see you next week. Same time, 7:30. We'll do it again. We'll move on to step 8 of the engine rebuild. This has been a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun chatting with you guys. Thank you so much, and be sure to tune in then. Have a good night. See you guys. Army. Oh, awesome. Thank you for your service, David.